Hello, I'm Amy Lewis. I'm one of the librarians here at NLC, and I'm going to share with you how to get to Literary Reference Center, which is one of our databases that's going to have literary criticism and all kinds of good book reviews and different things that are going to be useful for you. So with all the databases, we are going to start here on the main page of the library's website, and then we're going to head on over to LibGuides. You're going to look for your class on this list of classes. We're going to go for 1302. And then you're going to go find articles. And then in this first list of databases, that's going to be our literature databases. And that's going to include Literary Reference Center, right there, the one that we are looking at, which is going to have, again, literary criticism, book reviews, information about authors, all kinds of great stuff in there. It's made by the EBSCO company, so it's going to look and act a lot like Academic Search Complete. So hopefully it should be pretty easy to use for you if you're used to using that other database. This part, pretty standard, you're going to put in your keywords. So perhaps you're looking for Shakespeare in the first box and nature in the second, and you're going to see all the articles that mention Shakespeare and nature. You can also search for titles of works of literature. You can search for authors' names. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go for O'Connor, Flannery, and we're going to see what we have about her. Looks like we've got 1,191 results, which is great. From here, we want to go for our filters, again, just like we would in Academic Search Complete. First stop keywords, second stop filters. And we're going to tell the database what it is we're looking for. Now we can set a publication date in there if we would like to see more recent information. I'm going to go ahead and leave it open because with literary criticism, sometimes there are really great things published years ago that people are still talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that open in my case. But I am going to go to source types. And our sources are academic journals, reviews, literary criticism, reference books, magazines, plot summaries, biographies, interviews, poems, trade publications, and short stories. We have a lot of stuff here in this search. And while that is great stuff, I'm looking for something specific, and that's going to be literary criticism today. So I'm going to hit academic journals and literary criticism in specific. I'm not that interested in book reviews or plot summaries today, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. All right. One thing that I don't particularly like about this database is that it doesn't have a full text option when you're in the filters. So it is a little bit of a hopeful game when you are clicking on these articles and you're hoping to have the full article in there. You will find some that just have the citation and the abstract and don't have the full article. You are going to run into that in this particular database. But we do have some that have full articles in them, and let's see what we've got with this first one. This one's going to have the full article, so yay for that. Very exciting. And we can tell that because it has our access options here and gives us the option to download. Now, if we scroll down this page, we're going to have a list of subjects that might be useful to us for future searches. So, for example, Southern Gothic fiction, friendship. This one's talking about American women authors and mentoring in literature, which could be some interesting keywords for future searches. And then we have the abstract. You always want to make sure you're reading that abstract. It's going to save you lots of time and frustration. That way you're not 5-10 pages into reading an article and you suddenly realize this is not on my topic. It's not what I'm looking for. So read that abstract, see if you want to read the entire article. And then if you do, you can head up to the top and we can either download it, which is going to download it as a PDF onto our device, or to go to PDF or online full text. Both of those are going to open up the full text of the article. PDF looks a little bit snazzier. Online full text works a little bit better with accessibility options like text-to-speech reader. I'm going to grab PDF, and we are into the article. Now you're going to have all your options up at the top to download, to put it onto one of our drives, onto our Google Drive or our OneDrive, or to create a permanent link back to this article. Super easy to copy that to the clipboard and put that into your notes. And then, of course, we have the citation button, which I'm going to set to MLA. And we can easily copy that to our clipboard as well and put that into our notes. So Literary Reference Center, really easy to use, works a lot like Academic Search Complete. You put in your keywords, you put in your filters, and you see what you get.